did a French clap like this for the first time. I don't know if you can see it, I'm quite impressed. Hello, so this week I thought I would talk about how life is going, really. Diary entry number 2. And so in the last 2 weeks I have been beginning to think more about my college applications for musical theatre courses, because since deciding that I'm going to give this disabled performer thing a go, I decided I want to train like anyone else would, and that I don't know how that's going to work out for me because I haven't really seen much of it in colleges, and I didn't really know where to start, and I didn't really know how it was going to work out, and I still don't, but in the last couple of weeks I've learnt more. And so I started by going onto the college's websites that I want to apply for and finding contact details and emailing them and just explaining, this is me, this is what I can do, this is the video of me dancing that's on my channel. Will that make a difference to my application? Will it make a difference to my audition? How's my audition going to work? Because obviously in a group of able-bodied people, if I just turn up on crutches, they need to know that in advance, and they might want to do it separately or do it differently for me because they don't know me and they don't know what I can do, and I'm going to be waving my crutches about, so. But yeah, so I just emailed them and explained a bit about myself and the situation I'm in and what I'm trying to do and what I want to do, and sent them the video, and then just thought, well, here we go. And I've actually had some really lovely replies. So for one, the University of Chichester, I was looking at the triple threat course there. I had a really lovely email from the course leader there, and she basically said that she really felt that my passion showed through and that my facility for dance was still really good, even though of the mobility issue, and that I was welcome to audition, and that they were happy for me to go in and just adapt their audition dances and go with it. And that was really great to hear. And I also received an email from the head of music there, who was really nice, and I actually spoke to him on the phone this week, and he just gave me more information and assured me that my disability wasn't going to make a difference. The fact that whether I'd get into the college would be if I was good enough, and the fact that I'm disabled actually has nothing to do with it, and all that maybe shows is that actually I'm resilient and they can see the resilience, whereas an able-bodied person I'm sure is resilient too, but for a disabled person who's had to go through those challenges, when I walk into that audition they already know I'm resilient because, well, disabled people don't have it easy, especially not disabled people who want to go to the musical theatre industry. So that was one of the great emails I got. I also had a lovely email from the head of dance at GSA, and that just said that she also felt that there was a lot I could do, and she really enjoyed watching the video because there was a lot I can do, and that they're very welcoming of people with disabilities, and they have some in their college already, and that she was also wanted to have a chat with me about the dance part of the audition and how they can make that work for me. I was really happy to receive that as well. I received lots of great emails, and lots of people were very welcoming, and I just didn't really know how it was going to go when I first started, and I'm actually really happy with how it's going. I mean, obviously I've not done the auditions, actually none of them even know if I have any talent, but they're positive and they're welcoming, and they seem to want to accept what I am and what I can do. Maybe who I am. I'm not a what, I'm a who. Yeah, and that's really lovely to see. I'm really grateful for that. I also had emails from Mount View, Sharp, the Brighton Academy. They've all been really nice and positive and made me feel ready and welcome for an audition, as opposed to worried, but not worried about an audition like anyone else, but worried whether they might discriminate against me, I guess. And especially in this time when I don't know how much people know the spotlight thing, where they gave an option that people putting out jobs and auditions could specifically say that they didn't want to see deaf and disabled people. First of all, that sucks. That's not okay. And I know Spotlight have spoken out about it and that's fine, but the fact that that was even allowed to get there, I think says quite a lot about this industry, and that some people somewhere didn't look at that and think, no, that can't happen. And I'm sure it'll get sorted, and I'm sure there'll be more awareness about it now. But to see that, even if it's a mistake, even if people know it's wrong, to see that as a disabled person is really disheartening. And to then have the other side of colleges being like, we want to see you, we think that you can work in a college, we think that if you have the talent, you're very welcome here, because there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to, because there are disabled people in the world, therefore there can be disabled people in the industry. It's kind of nice to go against the rubbish stuff with some more positive stuff at the same time. Ever since the Spotlight thing, people in the industry, disabled and non-disabled people, have all begun to speak up about it, and I think that's really important, especially for the non-disabled people, to speak up for the disabled people, because we know there's an issue, we know there's a problem, so why is nothing? We've already been speaking up about it, so clearly we need more support. The same way that with the whole Black Lives Matter movement, it's not just the black people who have to speak out and be like, help. It's the other people who have to help the voices be heard, because without that, no change could ever happen. So yeah, apart from that slightly depressing bit, you know, with the Spotlight, it's actually been a really positive week, and I've felt really good about where I am and what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm about to go and see the last performance of the last 5 years now. My inner theatre geek is freaking out because this is the first time I've seen the last 5 years in person. I watched an online version, but in person. Thank you for watching this week's video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment and subscribe as always. And yeah, we're coming up to 100 subscribers. I think we're on 76, 77, something like that. So please subscribe if you haven't. Share my channel with your friends. Amplify disabled voices and black voices, but that's not why we're here today. But amplify disabled voices, especially in this time where disabled people are struggling so much in the industry with the setback of being told that people can specifically request not to see them. Amplify their voices. There's a lovely person, I'm really terrible with names and I've just forgotten her name, but I'm going to put it on the screen now. She's doing amazing things. And share the picture. I'll put a link to her Instagram in the description, and just amplify disabled voices at the moment, because we really need it. And not even just for me, because I'm not in the industry, I'm not at the point where that sort of thing affects me because I haven't got there yet, but I know people who are, and with the hope that I would get there one day. I don't want to ever experience that for myself, and therefore we shouldn't want anyone to experience that, the same way that non-disabled people don't want to experience that. If you don't want to experience it, speak up for people who are experiencing it. But yeah, that's my little rant. Amplify disabled voices. And I will see you next time.